Yes, people, welcome to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, also joined by my fellow co-host, my Don JV. JV, were you telling me you good first and foremost?
Yeah, I'm good, fam. But like we were just speaking about, man's lappies are both just died on us.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
fam.
saying?
Yo, I
So
know, man. I know, man. Serious in it. And I was in a good mood as well, in it. And then
that's what
boom,
I'm
you know what I'm
saying,
saying?
bro.
Chilling. I'm like, all right, let's start off the show. Turn my laptop on, turns on black screen. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Black screen, you know. I'm like, all right, let me do my best to try and get this fixed. And that. I was like, yo, we gotta make the most out of nothing in it. You know what I'm saying? So both
mm,
our laptops on the blink. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I hope you lot are loving the new thumbnails though. Still, I told you we was working on it and that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you lot love the new thumbnail. I'm gassed about him. Shout out to my guy Connor G, who hooked them up in it. So if you seen Gunner Talk yesterday, they had a new thumbnail style. ManDem United, we got a new thumbnail style, and all the other shows on Sarcasm City TV will have the same thumbnail. So Gunner Talk has it, ManDem United has it, Yadam City will have it, the Q&A, watch alongs, Agenda FC, the Gyaldem meets ManDem United. Whenever we do any of the crossover shows between ManDem United, Gyaldem City, or Gunner Talk, plus more. So yeah, what to the Octagon also as well. So yeah, man, we working. Like I said, it's a work in progress. Like Jody said on the what's it called on one of the watch alongs. So yeah, man, I'm gassed about the new thumbnails. I'm not gonna lie. So shout out to my yeah, big up every year, man. Yo, haters already, man. You gonna hold a block in that. Anytime you talk rubbish in the comments, you gonna hold a block instantly in that. Like,
go on, what they
I ain't here
saying?
to go back and forth with that. I tell you, yo, we don't give people these likes. We don't give people the shines. I'll tell you off air though, innit? You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because we focus on the good over here, fam. That's why, you know what I'm saying? We focus on the people that do fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about numbers and all these type of things like you haven't seen our growth. You know what I'm saying? I remember when me and JV couldn't do 100 views. You know what I'm saying? And them things there. I remember those times. I remember when we had two, three people in here in total and shows. I remember long before that, before the channel blew up like this. You know what I'm saying? I remember struggling to get to 500 subscribers. Now we're on 2K. That being said, though, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video, please. Like the video. Make sure you share across all your socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. When you subscribe, hit the notification bell also. Big up to everybody who is locked in. We'll get to some of the comments before we start the show. Comment says, big up JV and Flawless. Imagine JV's reaction when Daniel James start. Big up. Oh, we gonna get into that whole thing. We gonna get into all that
Yeah,
on
we. You know
Thursday. He
what?
said,
We
"Come
are
back."
gonna get into it. We're gonna
We'll get
definitely
into
get
it.
into it because I'm gonna
We
let
got a
you
lot to
know
say.
that there's not much to be happy about. But yeah, go on.
Marlon Daly says that's not bad. Uh, where we at? Yeah, exactly. Man needs to go sleep daily. She says hot takes. All German teams will go through to the next round of the Champions League. We'll discuss that. Yo, John, I checked the DMs. I'll hit you back afterwards. Big up 187 Gangster Crip. Who says big up Flawless and JV. Big up to him. He
Every
also
time.
says like the video as you come in. Facts, get them likes up, mods. Let us know how many likes we on. How many? Yeah, let us know how many likes we are on the video. But okay, as you can see on this episode of Man and United, the video is titled United are still in the Europa League and FA Cup. Is it that bad? So I'll kick it off because there seems to be a divide in Manchester United fan base on social media in regards to results and performances. I've said this many times and I'll say this again. You can't argue too tough with Manchester United results. Yo, John, relax, man. Um, as I was saying, you can't argue too much with the results because we're in second place. So therefore, the results need to be of a certain level for us to be second place. But with everything, context matters. Context matters, and it matters a lot because our performances, whether we won, lost, or drawn, have been terrible. You get what I'm saying? And that have been absolutely terrible. Like nobody, I don't care if you're Ollie in, Ollie out, whether you rate the team or not, nobody enjoys our football. You know what I'm saying? And that JV, I know you don't enjoy watching us. Who enjoys watching us? Do you enjoy watching us from?
Nah, someone's not gonna lie in the comments like, yeah, no, 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 bro. Go on. I beg one of you lie. I beg one of you man lie
Please,
and say you enjoy watching us.
Please let us know in the comments, yeah, if you do enjoy watching us. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't enjoy watching Manchester United, and that's win, lose, or draw. And the thing is, with that, the better you perform, the reason why I'm so critical of Manchester United performance is not only because for the entertainment value that I want. Secondly, the better you perform, the more likely you are to win football matches. And because we have no set system, there's no patterns of play, there's no style, it stifles our players. And when I say it stifles our players, even the better ones, even Bruno, whose output is incredible. Inputs you can't when it comes to numbers, you can't talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Rashford numbers are incredible. But again, I even think a better manager with a better system and a better plan gets more out of those two. Their numbers might
Yeah.
dwindle a little bit. Their numbers might lower a little bit, but overall, the team will do better. It's like I
Well,
was thinking about this. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
no, just to interject on that point,
Yeah,
that's a perfect point because if you now look at someone like, say, a Mo Salah, yeah,
yeah,
he's gone from scoring 40 and 30 goals a season to, don't get me wrong, he's on 20 something now, so we'll probably get 30 again. But
yeah,
if you really look at his goals, it's not as if he's not actually doing anything different from what he normally does, but the system gets more out of him. Do you get what I'm saying? When the system's working right, they get more out of him. Do you get what I'm saying? He's scoring winners instead of goals to draw it to 1-1. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Instead of a goal to get you back in the game, he's scoring a winner. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this is where I think you're definitely right, because if Rashford can put up the numbers what he does now, this will be like the third or I think this will be like the third season he's on over 15 goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's predominantly playing as a winger. I'm very
Yeah.
happy with that. Do you get what I'm saying? Then obviously you look at Bruno's numbers. We all know about his numbers, but imagine there was a system to get more out of that. Do you get what I mean? Honestly, Bruno would be unstoppable. You know what I mean? If he's not unstoppable already, because he can still have a bad game, but he has got that thing about him where he can have a bad game and still produce. So that's why I'm
Yeah, he still
saying,
has impact. Yeah.
yeah, like it's all right. Then it's like Messi now. Messi isn't the player he was, but his numbers will still he will still be now, if I check, probably 25
Yeah.
goals and
He's
and
still
and
putting up
10
good
to
numbers.
15
Yeah, yeah.
assists. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's in a team that's not working. So it just shows
Yeah.
how much a system can get more out of players and have more progress for the team. But yeah, go on. That's what I was to say.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is yes, Bruno and Rashford's numbers are incredible and their output is incredible. But like I said, even a better manager with a better system gets even more out of them. And when I say more out of them, I'm not saying necessarily better numbers because I'm not all about GNA. I'm saying their numbers might lower a little bit, but overall, the team will do better. And guess what happens when the team does better? That increases your chances of winning football matches, which then increases your chances of winning trophies. And that's my whole point on why I want this manager out and why I believe I'm just tired. You can tell by the way I'm talking and that. My laptop screen turning off, not working today, and then talking about this. Like I've just had enough because I can see the levels that this manager, I can see the levels this team can go to. So when people say, "Is it that bad?" Yes, because look at how well we're doing, quote unquote, with this bad manager. We're second in the league. All right, the league's done, but we're second in the league. We're in the Europa League. We'll get through to the next round, no doubt about that. We're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. But then when you look at the exits, we've had the Champions League exit. The Champions League exit, that's big on the manager. The manager has to be held accountable for that. The Carabao Cup exit, 90% of the games we drew or lost in the Premier League, I put heavily on the manager simply because of his lack of reaction on the bench or just his negative. Even though we played Newcastle and we won 3-1, you're playing two holding midfielders at home to Newcastle who are 17th in the league, 3 points above the relegation zone. And that statement I just made is literally insert team here. It's literally insert
Yeah,
team here. We did that against West Brom. We'll do it against Fulham. I'm sure we did it against Sheffield United. This two holding
yeah.
midfielders because our defense isn't good enough. But then when people say our defense isn't good enough, you spend 150, 60 million on this defense. So how have you spent 160 million on this defense, signed three defenders, a left back, a right back, and a centre back, and it's still a problem? Surely, when are you going to be held accountable?
You
When are
could
you going to be held accountable?
you could even argue he's got because he had a choice over Henderson. He could have sent Henderson back out, or he could have even sold him when he come back from Sheffield United. So you could even argue that's his choice of goalkeeper as well. Do you know what I mean? He's not cost us any money, but that's another player involved in the defence who, for me, with De Gea being how he should, if he's that much of a goalkeeper, he should be in ahead of De Gea right now. If you can't be in ahead of this David De Gea, yeah, then I don't think you can really stake your claim to be our number one goalkeeper, because this keeper, as much as, and I will always say this, his shot stopping still is one of the best. There's not many people, there's not many goalkeepers out there who can pull off saves like De Gea, but it's everything else that comes with it now. Do you get what I mean? It's not just the shot stopping. If you could narrow down the game and all he had to do is shot stop, we'd be fine. Do you get what I mean? If you could manage the game like that, and that's all he had to do, but that's never going to be the case. He's going to have to command from corners and do this and do that, and there's now the clamour for your goalkeepers to be good on the ball and everything like that, which I'm not too interested in. I think when it comes to feet, a goalkeeper should be more concentrated on saving the ball with his feet. We try play out the back, and we don't have any of the things to play out from the back. You know what I'm saying? Like man trying to turn up to a F1 race in a golf, fam. You're not there. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't have the things. You know what I'm saying? You're not. It's not even that you're not capable, but you're not equipped. Like that meme. You don't have the facilities, big man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man said you don't have the facilities for that, big man.
It's true. We don't have the facilities for playing out from the back, bro. Like what makes you think we can play out from the back?
That's like Wan-Bissaka, he's not the best on the ball. De Gea, he's not the best on the ball. Lindelof, Maguire, who are decent, I would say, but they're not exceptional playing out from the back. I want to look at Maguire or Lindelof and be like, you are absolutely immense. Yeah, me playing out from the back. I get your point still.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I watch
Luke Shaw.
I watch City and Ruben Diaz and these man and Stones and that, and I'm just looking at him like, you man look like a different, like a attacking midfielder who's dropped back to get the ball. You know the way they are on the ball. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said to you, I think I said it yesterday on Third Eye. I seen Ruben Diaz 30 yards out from goal, just from breaking the lines, pushing forward. Do you get what I'm saying? He was 30. He could have had a shot. And no, check this out. Yeah, if he actually had a shot as well, I don't think anyone would have said anything, because it's the fact that he got into such a good position just from pushing out. And it just shows you, like, people will say, oh, that's nothing to do with tactics. Of course it is. Because if it's not, Pep will be going mad. He'll be saying, what are you doing there? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's clearly something tactical. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is what I think we need to do is sit down and analyze what we want, but what we have, and then we pair up the two. So we might want to play out the back, but we do not have the players to do that. So let's find another way. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
We want to be. Yes, this is what I'm saying. We want to be this cavalier attacking team, but we just don't seem to be able to have a certain way of doing it except for counter-attack. Do you get what I mean? There's no other way. It's like when I watched that Newcastle game, it's like if this is a better team, we lose. And we lose handsomely because we didn't actually create anything. We didn't create no chances. You get what I'm saying? We won
literally the moments.
Yeah, and that's the mad thing to say. We can win 3-1 and not have actually created too much chances. It's like, and I'll get onto this. This is why I'm on to Dan James, because everyone's like, oh yeah, 2 goals, very good. I've no problems with that. But one goal when you're 3-0 up, and 1 goal against a team at the bottom of the table don't make you a good player. Do you get what I'm saying? I need to see him. I need to see him actually create something. Fair enough. He might have got that assist for that one that bounced off him the other night. But I want to see, you're a winger. I want to see you put in a cross. I want to see you play a ball into the channel and then the striker has a shot. Yeah, that's an assist. Do you get what I'm saying? A ball bouncing off you, or it's all good scoring. If look at both goals, when does he score? When the other team's done? When the other team's done caring. I want you to score when it means something. do something vital in the match. Do you get what I
You're
mean?
saying you want to see him score a goal that puts us a goal up or
A
equalize
goal
or a
up
goal
or
ahead.
yeah, something that has meaning. Something that
Yeah,
has
I get what you're
meaning.
saying.
Because
Yeah,
what people are not going to understand is they're going to be like, yeah, he's here, he's back, he's this and that, and then we'll get to one of them games where it's a low block and we can't do this and can't do that, and he will be absolutely ineffective. Do you get what I mean? It's a false dawn what we're seeing right now with Dan James, because
yeah,
it's nothing actually different from what he did when he first came. It's nothing
yeah.
different. There's nothing actually different. I think it was a one Southampton game or something. He scored when he first come. It was either Southampton, it was someone who plays him, right? And I think it was 1-1, and then he scored the goal to make it 2-1 or something like that. That's the last time I've seen him do something where it's actually affected the game. That goal the other night, yeah, it's nice. It puts the icing on the cake and it probably gets us through. Do you get what I mean? But it's not the first goal, is it? It's not the second goal. It's not the third goal to really put the game out of the way. Do you get what I mean? It's like that one against Newcastle. Yeah, it's all good, but it's kind of like you come to life when everyone else is giving up. I want to see you battle. I want to see him fight. I want to see some assists. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him, which at the time I was very happy with. He's trying a bit more. He's trying to get, like fire him across the box, and he's trying, little things, and I appreciate that. And people, this is where people are funny, because they'll turn around and say he's good for being a workhorse, but then I'll say Martial is up front working all game. He's not getting. Oh, but he's Macadam. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll say, oh, McTominay is working and doing this. Yeah, but he's Macadam. No, so if that's the case, my man needs to get tied with that same brush, because it's about output. You know what I'm saying? As much as he has looked good the past 2 games, there's nothing actually changed from him as a player. There's a bit more effort, but what I'm trying to say is the output. For me, he's not there to score goals. You can score goals, score some meaningful goals. Don't score goals when you're 3-0 up, 4-0 up, 9-0 up. Do you get what I mean? I want some sort of impact where you stake a claim. That's what he needs to do. And I keep saying it. I keep banging on about our right side. Someone needs to stake a claim before we get to a proper transfer window, and we can probably waste some money by getting someone else. Do you know what I mean? For me, I want to see Greenwood stake a claim for it, but at the same time, I want to see Greenwood as the centre forward. Do you get what I mean? I think Greenwood as the centre forward is a better option. Do you get what I'm saying? So when it comes to that right wing flank, I like I even said yesterday I'm from a third. If I was Martial, I'd be looking at that as my way back into the team. Do you know what I mean? I think at this moment that is probably one constant underperforming spot, and it's simply because we don't have anyone regular in there. Like, look how much Rashford has grown into being a left winger. No, imagine. I was thinking the other night, like, imagine if Ahmad could be our Rashford on the
right
other side. Do you get what I'm saying?
He looked good coming on. Still, he did look.
Because I think that's the type of player he will be. I think he will be one of these wingers who are more for a goal than they are for an assist. He just, something strikes me about him like that. Don't get me wrong, he probably will, but that's more the way how wingers tend to be nowadays. Do you get what I mean? Wingers now are actually more goal scorers than providers. Do you get what I'm saying? Your providings normally come from your midfield, or if you're a bit crazy, from your right back and your left back. But yeah, I just think Dan James, yeah, he's had a good game, but I need more. I'm not going to sit here and now and rejoice and praise the Lord over them 2 little outings, because, like I said, I've seen this from you. And the one point I made then when you was just off, I was saying, people are saying, but it's saying, oh yeah, he worked hard, he was a workhorse. But it's like, no, I've seen Martial play games and work, be a workhorse and not have the greatest output, but I'm being told he's not good enough.
Not doing enough. Yes.
Yeah, people will say, oh, McTominay, he's just a passion merchant, he just runs around. But no, it can't be good for one and not good enough for the other. Do you get what I mean? That can't be. You can't say, oh, that's all McTominay does, he's not good enough, but then tell me Dan James does that. This is what makes him good. No. Do you get what I'm saying? So as much as he's getting these goals, because I'm not even going to lie as well, both of the goals, he's better goalkeepers. They're not even going in. This is what I'm trying to say. They're not spectacular finishes. If he shoots like that in probably the first 20 minutes of the game, the keeper saves that. That's a tired keeper mentally. He's had a long game. Same with the other one the other night. That was a bit, you know what I'm saying? It weren't smashed into the bottom corner. It was like a bit bobbly and deflecting.
Big up Daniel.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's true. No, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for him. You get what I'm saying? I want him to prove man wrong. I want him to come out here and be a player and do this.
And I just want to say that about everything with people, because people get it confused. I don't know if they get it confused on purpose, or they don't want to believe, or they've just not seen me or JV or anyone else you see. We all, when we criticize Manchester United, I include that in this as well, we want to be wrong about these things. I've said this countless times. I want to be wrong about Dan James. I want to be wrong about Ollie. I'm not interested in being right. I just want Manchester United to be successful. I would love to be able to do the show, and the comments is full of people saying, yo, Flawless, you was wrong. Ollie's the man. He won us a double. He won us the Champions League and the Premier League in the same season. Dan James scored 25 goals and got 20 assists this season. McTominay was a beast. Maguire and Lindelof partnership worked. Then a new Rio and Vidic. But I just don't see any of those things I just named there. I don't see any of these things happening. And that's my issue. And that's why I'm critical. I'm not just criticizing for no reason. Like when United were flying, look at shows. Look after we beat PSG in Paris. Look at the ManDem United directly after that with me and JV.
You know what it is?
Watch that.
Check this.
Look how
they need to go on. They need to go and look at, even if you've not got time to watch the shows, because I know some people are just damn lazy. Go and look at the titles. We'll say things. Ollie deserves his credit. It would literally be in the title. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's certain shows which are actually titled in that way. So people can't be like, oh, this and all that. No. You know what I'm saying? You really have to really deep it that I think my laptop's come back on. I don't know. You really have to deep it.
I need to go sort mine. I'm gonna get mine sorted out tonight. That's why I was.
I've just had to reboot it. I think I might even have lost some stuff, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, go on.
I can't remember what I was saying.
About I was giving Ollie credit, and we've titled videos that, and that's the thing. Me and JV try and be, but we are not even try and be. We are. I'm gonna give us both credit here. We are unbiased. We just have our opinions on things, and as soon as those opinions people disagree with, that's when people say, oh, there's agendas, right? I just don't rate this manager, and everything I see points to that. Like I'm saying, we titled this, is it that bad? It's because of what it can be. So with no context, what's mad, I was having this conversation. It was me, Beans, and Lindrix. It was after a show that man did. It was a while back. We were top of the league at the point, and Lindrix is not a football guy like that. Me and Beans are, and Lindrix was like to me and Beans, are you still Ollie out? And then I was.
Wow,
are you on both, fam? It's calm. Are you going? Are you moving over? Flick over when you're ready, because you're signed in and that, innit? As I was saying, and he was saying to me and Beans, yeah, he's back. There we go, innit? JV and that. There we go. You back, family, yeah?
Temporarily.
Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, he was saying to me and Beans, are you still Ollie out? Me and Beans are like, yeah. And he's like, why? You lot top of the league, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, because with no context, and I think me and JV spoke about this on From a Third Eye View, with no context, it looks like we're just complaining for no reason. If you show the table to a non-footballing guy, you lot are top of the league, what's the issue? Because we know how much more it could be. We are currently second. We are currently in the next round of the Europa League, the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. And that's all with somebody I believe, and JV doesn't believe, is good enough to be at the football club. So I'm thinking, imagine what could be. I've said this before, and I say this again. With a better manager, we have a genuine potential chance of winning this league, putting pressure on Manchester City. Manchester City have been great, defensively been great, but everyone who's talking about elite strikers, shout out Indiana, because I'm going to get him on as well. Me and him are going to discuss that. Elite striker, Martial's not an elite striker. You don't need an elite striker to be successful, to win the major trophies. Manchester City are about to win the Premier League without an elite striker because Aguero hasn't been fit. We watched Liverpool win the Champions League one year and the Premier League the next year without an elite striker. But when it comes to Ollie, what I don't like, there's always excuses. He's never held accountable. And here's another thing. Here's another point on the Martial thing as well. At some point, it gets to the point where if a manager continues to pick a player you don't rate, as much as you don't rate the player and want to criticize him, when does the manager be held accountable? Like, exactly. I can criticize Lindelof and Maguire as much as I want to. And I don't think either of them are good enough, especially together. But if the manager consistently plays those two together, when does he get held accountable for this decision? It's like the Martial. I'm a big fan of Martial. I've said this countless times. He needs to be dropped. And when I say dropped, drop properly, not dropped, and then the next game you get 20 minutes or you get half an hour.
Yes.
No, on the bench and you're not getting on. Not even in the squad for two. I'm saying 2 games straight. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what injuries you have. And that just doesn't go for Martial. That goes for every player. When Rashford's out of form, if Bruno's out of form, if Pogba's out of form, if Greenwood's out of form, I'm saying for everyone, Lindelof, Maguire, everybody's just comfortable. That's the
Here's
issue.
the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Go
What
on.
does my head in a bit? Because when I really deep it, I feel like there's certain times Pogba gets dropped, and it's like, why Pogba? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that Pogba gets dropped? Like, are you under that much pressure from the media and this and that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, really, if you're gonna drop Martial, drop him. But what he does is he does this weird thing where he like drops him for a hot sec, yeah, brings him on, and then he'll drop him. He'll bring him on for like the last 20 minutes of one game, and then we'll have an important game, and he starts, and it's like, huh? Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, what?
Yep.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, no, if you drop him, keep him dropped, bro. Keep him dropped. Let him learn his lesson. I've seen Beckham rotting with the reserves. That's what it was called at the time. Let man rot with the reserves, bro.
Gary Neville in the stands and that.
Do you get what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah,
Van Nistelrooy. The list goes on. Do you get what I'm saying? The list goes on. And these are a higher caliber of player than my man. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's as much as everyone keeps wanting to blame Ollie, but it's like, keeps wanting to blame Martial. And here's the funny thing, Martial is the only player who gets blamed when there's other players who are not playing great and they just don't ever get, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for as much as Martial gets, where's the Lindelof? Like, honestly, people will say that just because I'm on him, but honestly, where is the constant week in, week out criticism of Lindelof? Because there's people who will sit here and say Martial's cost us games by not scoring. Lindelof has actually cost us games. Like, actually, he's actually done something to cost us games. You know what I'm saying? When you're saying Martial didn't take that shot, he could have scored. The keeper could have done a worldie. Do you get what I'm saying? People that don't take them things into factor. It's like you can start look at that game we had last season in the Europa League where that goalkeeper was playing like, I don't know, he had the spirit of the Holy God that day. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Ghost was in him. My man just was flying through the air, pulling everything out of the corners. When was he playing?
Someone in the comments will let us know. Is it a recent game?
Yeah. I think it was that Danish team. But yeah, he went on mad. Do you get what I'm saying? And I've seen people like, nah, we should have been better finishing. I'm saying, yo, you see when goalkeepers move like that, you're not going to win. That's his day. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not going to win. It's like, all right, then it's like that time. It's like when we played that 99 game and when Giggs did that to Arsenal. But if man really remember that game, Schmeichel had a blinder. He was on a mad one.
He saved the penalty. Yeah, he saved the penalty.
There was certain saves that it was like, I knew from him doing this and how we played, like, we're going to win this. Do you get what I'm saying? When your keeper does, when your keeper's going on like that and you have certain aspects to your team, I know I'm going to win this. And then this is one thing, what we don't have. We don't have that. At the moment, our team should be like, the game is a bit shaky, but you know what? He can pull us out of it. We'll win this. It's like no one in our team thinks these things, or it's like no one's thinking, that defense is a bit shaky. Let's just put this game on. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it, even if that's not the players, why is the manager not thinking that? That's what does my head in, because he knows.
You know what comes from the manager is when you play 2 holding midfielders. That sets the tone.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That sets the tone, and that's why I'm heavily critical, and that's why even when we win, we're not enjoyable to watch. Am I happy Manchester United have won? 1000%. I'm happy Manchester United have won. Do I enjoy watching us? No. It's more than enjoyment. You know what it is when we win, fam? It's more relief.
Yes, exactly.
It's a relief thing.
You know what it is? Through the game, you're putting yourself through it. You know, the actual game. You're putting yourself. It's like doing something you don't really want to do, but I've got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're enjoying it. You're enjoying the game.
Yes.
It's not pleasurable. It's not actually a nice experience. It's like I was thinking the other day, I was watching that City match. No, I was thinking about it today. You know, that City match, that 1-0 against Arsenal. And I was thinking, our match, and I was thinking, how's a 1-0 better to watch than a 3-1? How is a 1-0 more entertaining than a 3-1? That doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Point. That's a
was one goal, point. And the one goal was at the start, and it was still more entertaining. Do you get what I'm saying? It was still, the one was at the very start. Even though City took the foot off the gas, and it was still even them just controlling that game, like training exercise thing, was more actually interesting.
Yeah, and theirs was more of a that proper became a chess match as well. We will get to some of the comments. Mods, let us know how many likes we are on, please. We will get there. 187 Gangster Crip, we're just going to run through as many as possible. Says, if United end up winning the Europa League, it's a very good season for us. If we win the Europa League and finish second, yes, it's a good season because we need a trophy. First and foremost, I think us winning any trophy is a good season. If you top that in with, say, for instance, we would have won the FA Cup. Obviously, we're out of the Carabao Cup, but let's use the FA Cups and Carabao Cups. If we win one of them or finished outside of the top 4, then it's kind of like it's a decent season because you've won a trophy, but you still finished outside the top 4. If we win a Europa League, Premier League or Champions League, like they're gone. Obviously, they're both gone. So let's say Europa League, for instance, with a top 4 finish, yeah, that's a good season. Or even a Europa League with a 5th. But again, I'm nitpicking. You know what I'm saying in that? I'm here nitpicking, like, yeah, because there is so much more. We finished 3rd last season and was in the Champions League. All we needed was a Champions League run. If we would have got to the quarters or the semis, ironically, and finished 2nd or 3rd in the Champions League, you would have been like, all right, it's like it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Like we did all that last season to get in the league, to get into the Champions League, to then just go directly back to the Europa League. And when you look at the team we have, it's just, yeah, man, it's just not it. But I'm with you, 187 Gangster Crip, but it's still Ollie out. Yeah, because I don't see any long-term success with this guy. To be honest, I don't see any short-term success. Can we win the FA Cup with the players we have? Yes. All we need to do is win 3 matches to win the FA Cup. Can we win the Europa League? Yes, again, because of the players we have. And cup competitions, you can individual brilliance your way to them. League titles, Champions League, no. But I think a Europa League, even though Champions League is a cup competition, I just think with the caliber in there, you can't do it. But I definitely think with the Europa League and Europa League and FA Cup, you can. Actually, I tell a lie, even the FA Cup, I mean, even the Champions League, you can at times. Because we've seen teams who are not the best win Champions Leagues. There's a shock winner every now and then, whether it's a Chelsea or a Porto or who else has won it that wasn't supposed to win it. They're the 2 that stick out to mind. Do you get what I'm saying, fam? It's still every now, so you can. You know what I'm saying? That's why I thought in the Champions League, I'm like, we have a shot at this. But you know,
then here's the thing.
Ollie tactics.
Exactly. And here's the thing when you speak about, so say right now, yeah, this is the Europa League. No, say tonight's Champions League, yeah? Tonight's Champions League, yeah. So we've got Atletico Madrid, Simeone versus Tuchel and Chelsea. Here's the thing: when you measure up how these games are going to go, yeah, this is how you do it. So we talk about the players. We'll go, oh, Suarez is on fire. Oh, you know what's Chelsea's defense going to be like?
Yeah.
Or this person's on fire. Say Chelsea were in a better vein of attacking form at the moment. We'd be like, oh, but we know how Simeone is going to deal with them. Do you get what I mean? And you see how the conversation slowly turns into the managers. Do you get what I'm saying? With United, you can't do that. Do you get what I'm saying? With United, you can't say, oh, but you know, if you come to Ollie and you try this, you know this is gonna. No. Do you get what I'm saying? There's no given. There's no one thing that sticks out that we know he's gonna do. Like honestly, tonight, if you see, and here's the thing, which I will tell you right now. If tonight Atletico Madrid perform in a certain way, that is expected from them, and they get a win, the first thing which will be said is a Diego Simeone masterclass. Ollie Inners, when have you heard a Ollie masterclass? When have you heard those terms? Yeah? When? Why is that? Because he ain't teaching nothing in the class for no one to master that class. You get what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say, people. There's no Ollie masterclass. What's the Ollie masterclass? Counter-attacking. Let's all go to the park now. We can do that. Me and my brethren in the park. Me and my brethren in the park right now cannot replicate a Pep Guardiola tactics.
Yeah, we can't replicate a Simeone. We can't replicate a Prime Mourinho. We can't replicate.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
A Fergie, yeah. Again, we can't do a prime Klopp. Like
This is what I'm trying to say.
there's so many intricate details that go into that. You know what I'm saying? Like Klopp, the way he got his fullbacks moving, he came and did something different. Same way Pep
Yeah.
with the smaller players and less power and more finesse, he's doing something different. The same way
This is what I'm
Fergie
trying to
switched off
say.
from 4-2-2 to 4-5-1 to 4-3 with the mix, the free, versatile players who will pop up in any position in the Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney type thing. So I get
Rooney,
what you're
yeah.
saying.
Do you get what
I
I'm
get
saying?
exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
There's
Big
no
up
Ollie
Zayn also. Big up Zayn.
Big up Zayn. It's not even like there's not. See, like, all right, then here's the thing: when we beat PSG, yeah, I'm telling you right now, if this is a better manager, when we beat PSG earlier this season, that gets put down as that manager's masterclass. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
That's true. And the thing is, what's mad about that is you spoke about us giving him credit. We gave him full credit for that because he got the team right. He set up the
Yeah.
team right, and we gave him full credit for that, as I do. That's one of the best performances I've seen from our Ollie team. It's one of our best performances this season, the
See,
away game in the group stages. He got it spot on. His subs,
and
he
this
got
is
it spot on.
this is why I don't. This is why I don't know sometimes what he does, because then, all right, then you know how that looks to me then.
Good.
And it even marries in with this comment here, what Ronan's just said. Shout out Ronan. Said Ollie said himself that he doesn't coach the players. He's a man manager. All right. See, this is one thing where he's doing my head in, because he says one thing and he does another. So if that's the case, what you don't do is bring in a full inexperienced backroom staff, do you?
That's true.
If you're saying I'm a man manager and I need man to coach for me, which a lot of people might not know is very prevalent in today's game of football. It's not just Ollie. There's a lot of managers who operate like that. You know what I'm saying? But here's my thing. What I'm saying, yeah, you can't then tell us, we've got our way of playing. We're going to go back to the Man United way, this, and that. But then you're going to bring in people with no experience to lead your team because you've already said you're not a coach. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why when we really have to look at this man, we really have to now start saying, and this is just how I operate as a person anyway, but I think a lot of other people need to start doing it. Analyze what he says and what he does. If they do not marry up, start smelling the bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Something's not right. Yeah.
Something's not. He's literally he's just giving you lip service, and a lot of people are buying it.
Yeah, it's like it's playing on the front foot, but then you'll play two holding midfielders at home against pretty much everyone. Like that's your goal.
I can't see. Here's the thing: at first I thought he was a very attacking manager, and then now I've come to realize, no, it's just that you've got a very attacking team. You're not an attacking manager because you wouldn't.
And that marries into what we always say: individual brilliance. Literally, because you have all these offensive players. Like that's what it is. We spoke about it from a third eye view in regards to Spurs when people say Spurs are defensive, this, that, and the third. That comes from the manager. Look at, like I said, against West Ham, they had Ndombele, Bale, Son, Kane, Dele Alli, Mora, all on the pitch at the same time. That is mad.
That is what I'm saying.
And that sounds like me talking about United saying we have Pogba, Bruno, Martial, Rashford, Greenwood all on the pitch, and we look bad going forward. Spurs look bad going forward than us. They peppered West Ham in that second half. Peppered them. And that's under Mourinho. Because even Mourinho's let them go. Mourinho let them go in the second half. And I think it's a combination of him making those changes. I'm not a fan of Mourinho, by the way, people. I'm not saying we should get him back or anything. I'm just saying, like you said there, he's a very pragmatic coach. That's why he would. I don't think, and I rate this player, I don't think any other manager signs Wan-Bissaka. I don't think any manager signs a defensive fullback. He's better defensively. And I'm a big fan of Wan-Bissaka, and I believe in a better system. And with training, he can get better. I don't think he's done like the way people said.
I think he's actually improved this season. You know what it is, Flawless? I honestly don't think a lot of people actually watch football and
you said this for the
allow the game to be watched without opinions. Like, don't get me wrong. Every time I hate on Lindelof, but you know what I do? Before the match, I'm like, oh. But you know when the ball
but you watch him.
I go, nice. I watch him, but I say, you know what? Show me, prove me wrong.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the first thing he'll do will be something that I've already said. And it's like, now. You know what I'm saying?
He proves your point. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the interesting point. He says, Ollie Ball is just pace and power, hence the midfield choice of McFred is a decent manager would try and fit Donny in the two. It's clear that Ollie just wants pace and power. I get what you're saying to an extent. I just think Ollie I just think he's safety first. That's what I get from him. Why do you play two DMs? You play two DMs 90% of the time. The only time you don't play,
what it is?
No matter who we're playing, whether we're home, away, whether we're in a bad form, whether we're in bad form, whether we're in good form, you'll play two. Like the only time I remember you not was against Istanbul, the home game when you played Donny and Fred. We had like 18 shots. Istanbul had like 18 shots and we won the game 4-1. But it's like, trust your team. I trust my team to outgun. I trust Manchester United to outgun Istanbul. I trust Manchester United to outgun Newcastle United. If we get into a shoot, right? Yeah, go on. Go on, fam.
Now I was going to say, with the right setup, we can outgun anyone. That's what I was going to say. With the right setup behind these man, we could actually outgun anyone. I don't care. I honestly believe that. I think our attacking prowess is that good. This guy's just not getting the best out of it. It's like this season. Why is the indecision now creeping into Rashford's game, where he's like not too decisive? And it's like I'm watching it now, and I'm like, that's a bad trait, you know, because it's almost like, are you confused by something you've been told? Is something you've been told not beneficial for you as a player, or have you been told something and the other player who's supposed to be near you isn't carrying that out? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's a training issue. That's a coaching thing. You don't become indecisive overnight. That's basically because you're trying to do something, but what you're trying to do has not been implemented properly. Do you get what I mean? So it's like,
I get exactly what you're saying. And also as well, when it comes to decision making, if you are coached and there's a pattern of play going forward, that decision is made for you. Right? I pick up the ball here. I'm Rashford. Shaw's going to do this. Martial's going to make this run. Bruno's going to make that run. What did you say again? We're referencing From a Third Eye View a lot. Make sure you check that out on Pi Radio. The playlist is on there, actually. There's a From a Third Eye View playlist on the channel, so you can check out the show where myself, JV, and Stroll discuss all things Premier League. Where you said your son you weren't watching the City Arsenal game, and your son came in and said to you, Sterling goal, and you said, De Bruyne cross, without seeing it.
Yeah.
And he looked at you like you was mad, your young son, because he's thinking, how do you know? Because we've seen it so many times. How many times did we see De Bruyne across the ball into Sterling? This one just happened to be in the air, but that's work.
Yeah.
De Bruyne knows, as good as a player he is, De Bruyne knows exactly what he's going to do when he gets it. And it's not just De Bruyne, because I've seen Gundogan do the same thing. I've seen Mahrez do the same thing. I've seen Foden do the same thing. I've seen Jesus make that Sterling run. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Gundogan make that Sterling run. I've seen Aguero do that. How many tap-ins did these men get? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. And this is the thing. Right. There's no they have signature goals. There's no signature United goal. There's no check this. And this is one thing I will say. Wenger's not been at Arsenal for the longest. Yeah. Arsenal can still score an Arsenal goal. So that shows how whatever he left at that club, how deep rooted that is. That it's not even been able to be weeded out. You know what I'm saying? It's in these man. Yeah.
People will always.
You know what it is? Because you know what it is though. When you look at it, the man who he had when he first went there, your Steve Bolds. You know what I'm saying? All these players who he had around him on his old coaching staff, or even as players, they're now coaches there. Whether it's in under 23s, this and that, whatever. So it's passed along. He made the whole thing like that from when he got there. The whole reserves had to play like him. The whole under 18s all the way down. You had to play that way. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, we can't even say this is Fergie's fault, because there's been an absolute demolition job on everything Fergie implemented on that club. From the first manager, from Moyes. Moyes destroyed everything that was Fergie like. Do you know what I'm saying? So Van Gaal and them man really did not have, a choice in what they did. I honestly think them man actually did the right things. It might sound crazy, but those managers actually did the right for that time. The only one who didn't was Mourinho. He could have actually went somewhere with it. Do you know what I'm saying? He just messed up.
Definitely could, but he just Mourinho'd it. That's what he did. Fell out with everyone. I want to get to this comment here from Samson. He says, big up. He says, is it that bad? Yes, 7 points should have been taken from Sheffield United, Everton, and West Brom. Would mean 3 points behind City. Second means nothing if far behind the leaders. I'm glad you said that and not me. And you did the maths better than I could have. But that's definitely, and I'm sure there's more games. Crystal Palace, you can add on to that. Tottenham Hotspur, you can add on to that. The 2 points we dropped against Leicester, you can add on to that. Who else? The home game against City, you can add on to that. The home games against Arsenal and Chelsea, you can add on to that. The away game to Arsenal, you can add on to that. And when I say the Chelsea games, and I mean the 2 Arsenal games, the Chelsea game and the City game, I'm not saying we win all them, but I'm saying go for it. If we go for it with the attacking prowess we have, look at that. Look how many, I've just named 4 matches there. Even if we get, so we got 1 point from Arsenal, a point from Chelsea, a point from City. So we got 3 points from 4 games. So even if we win 2 of those games and get extra 7 points onto the 7 points Samson's taken, that's an extra 14 points. We're 4 points clear at the top. So yes, when we say is it that bad? This is why because yes, it's good for what it is now, but it could be so much better, and that's why we're so critical.
You know what it is? What people are not really understanding. It's the context as well. We're moaning because this is the one season where anyone could have won it. Like, here's the thing: City have had their bad thing at the start. Everyone else seems to have come around about the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so City have now recovered and they're back on track. But if someone got on track in that time City were off and stayed properly on track, like we were on track, but if we stayed properly and really implemented something, we will still be ahead of City now. And who's to say that City go on this run? Do you get what I mean? Because we've seen, even though City have come back great this season, we've seen how City are when they have direct competition, as they were when they had Liverpool last year.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So if someone really went toe-to-toe with them like that, who's to say it wouldn't have been like that again? Do you get what I'm saying?
Because it's much more, I'm not saying this City side is incredible what Pep's done, but it's easier to be at that level and when you have a 10-point gap and there's no one pressuring you. It's very easy. Bro, pressure, you get me pressure.
It's like if we're having a race now, bro. If you're running, if you're running right next to me and we're battling to make sure we go across that finishing line, that's a hard race. If I'm running now and I look behind and you're a good 200 meters behind me, I'm strolling, innit? You know what I'm saying? I'm not even getting the record. I'm just strolling, probably waving. You know what I'm saying? Waving in the crowd to my people. You know what I'm saying?
You're comfortable. You're under no pressure. I guess
this is what I'm trying to say. That's sitting that right now. They're so comfortable. They can win. Pep knows he can win games 1-0 and not be under any pressure. He can win a game 1-0, score it in the first minute, and no one's batting an eyelid. No one's going, why have they took the foot off the... No one's really saying that. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's different people when you're, say, for instance, the Sunday at 4 o'clock kick, and your title rivals are, say, Sunday at 1:30. And if they win their game at 1:30, they're a point in front of you. That pressure different. We've seen this many a time. JV, remember. That pressure is different. If you're playing at 4, you're watching your title rivals the game before at 1:30, and say, for instance, they score a late winner. Just use that as an example. Now and they're a point ahead of you, or they go level with you. Now the pressure's different. See, it's much easier to play when you're not under pressure. Much easier. Go on,
Here's the thing as well, what I'm always saying, when it comes to this season, people are not realizing this season, along with last season, have been anomalies. So, as I said earlier, because if people really want to know, I said from early this season, we would be in this position because it suits us. An inconsistent season suits us down to the T. But if we are
inconsistent.
Yeah, we are the definition of inconsistent. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that we've been inconsistent, check this one out. We've been inconsistent from dropping from first to second. But if that's a normal Prem season, we're probably in about 4th or 5th now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because other teams would have capitalized. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. When people are saying, oh, is it that bad? Yes, it is. Because we're not going to get another chance like this. We're not going to be able to get beat by 6. All right, then. When can you say you get beat 6-1 by one of your top rivals and you're later on that season, you're in for a shot of winning the league? That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You know what I mean? You don't get battered 6-1 in the earliest stages of the season, be terrible, go out of the Champions League, go out with like when you look at our season, it's not really correlating. We've been absolutely dreadful.
That does not correlate. We've been dreadful, been inconsistent. We got beat 6. We lost our first 3 home games. We didn't win. I think it was our first 6 home games we didn't win in. We went out of the Champions League.
top goal scorers out of form. You know what I'm saying? And we're still managing to be in this position. So this is what we're trying to say, people.
Two of our top 3 goal scorers are out of form in Greenwood and Martial. That is mad. We're conceding more goals than we did last season, as Dan United said, but yet we were still miraculously second. So when I say people, oh, the league's not what it is in terms of quality, that's what I'm talking about. Because the majority of the top teams are underachieving. And then you have the lower teams overachieving. And that's why you see a West Ham in 4th and 5th. Big up Dan, who says we have conceded at least a goal a game and have conceded the most in the top 10. We have scored the most in the league, but the energy towards Martial so annoying. I hear you. I hear exactly what you're saying. I hear exactly what you're saying there, Dan, but people have their agendas. I've said this, Martial hasn't been good enough and needs to be dropped. But JV makes a great point. Where's his energy towards Lindelof? And Maguire. Maguire doesn't get anywhere near the stick he should, actually. And that's me who's defending Maguire. Like, that header for the Newcastle goal was awful. If that's Martial, we're criticizing him heavily. And he's not even a defender, he's a striker.
Well, no.
That's
Here's the thing. Martial was getting criticism. What goal was it?
The own goal against PSG. Was it the own goal against PSG?
There was a game where someone saying, "Oh, his work rate's terrible," and I think it was that one when Tuanzebe got the own goal, and then De Gea was like dived weird. Who was we playing? It weren't too long. It weren't too long ago. But people are saying, "Oh, people." This is exactly what they were saying. Martial's moving in the defending in his box is terrible. Yeah. Listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said. How many times do you think he works on that? Do you think he works on that? Should he be there? No. It's like I seen it even in that Newcastle match. I'm saying, right, this guy's playing centre forward. But you've got him defending in his box. How defensive minded are you? Why is he not on the halfway line, waiting for a breakaway?
I get what you're saying. Waiting for a breakaway. I get what you're saying. So big up. Go on.
No. Go on.
I was just gonna say big up Yan City. That's lit. That's literally it. Big up Yan City.
Yeah, every time.
Make sure you subscribe to a channel, people. Yan City, ENT, and that. Make sure you sub to a channel. And I hope you lot love the new thumbnail as well. You said we was working on it, and there you go. We got new thumbnails for all the show. I'm just gassed about it. Shout out to my guy Connor G because he did an incredible job. Like when he hit me with the thumbnails, this is a complete side note. I did not expect him to look like that, innit? So I was like, salute. So yeah, you're getting all them thumbnails for all the shows. But yeah, go on, fam.
Yeah, it's just that when I really deep it, and I really think about it, what frustrates me is people don't like certain players anyway. Yeah. So then when these certain players do bad, it gets like snowballed.
They got an excuse. Yeah.
They've got an excuse and it's a big snowball effect. But when you really look at Martial, he's not been good enough. But as we keep saying, don't play him then.
Yes.
Don't play him.
If somebody's out of form, why do you continue to play him in that?
And then it's like, I even heard something what Lingard said. And he said, I came back after, when it was the first, after that, when the football first come back and we played Tottenham, that lockdown there. Man has to explain it now because there's been so many lockdowns. But he's saying, I came back, I was the fittest player. All the tests, what we did, fitness, this, and that, I was the fittest player. I was ready to go. I was this, and that. And you can see that at West Ham now. Look how he's like one thing people don't understand about Jesse Lingard. A lot say, and some people will say, well, that means he's Makalan. But these are people who don't understand football. A lot of Jesse Lingard's best attributes are off the ball. It's his movement. Do you know what I'm saying? It's his movement and his reading of the game. Why is he now looking like someone we would probably buy? Do you get what I'm saying? He's now looking like someone we would probably buy. Do you get what I'm saying? And how can he just go to how can he go to a team with what most Man United with what most Man United fans will tell me is a worse manager. They'll tell me it's a worse team. They'll tell me he's in a worse attacking lineup, but yet he's got more goals than some of our players in recent games. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's something wrong there. So is it Lingard who's wrong? Or is it Ole? Is it Man United who's wrong? Or is it West Ham? Where's the wrong there? Because to me, it's obviously there's something wrong with us. He's not gone to I don't know, Leon. He's not gone to, you know what I'm saying, like a European team where he's got a certain calibers of players with him. Are you telling me that as good as this guy's been this season, a Souček isn't a Pogba? Do you get what I'm saying? A Fornals isn't a Bruno. Do you get what I'm saying? Bowen isn't a Rashford. Do you get what I'm saying? So
you're making valid points still. Keep going.
Why is he able to play better? Why is he able to play better in a worse team? And people say, because that's his level. That's his level. No, that doesn't make any sense.
That's because he's still playing in the Premier League. Yeah, because he's still playing in the Premier League. Yeah, he's still playing in the Premier League against Premier League opposition. He's still playing in it.
Here's the thing. He probably wouldn't get onto a United starting 18 for a match against Tottenham, but he's playing in a worse team against Tottenham and he scores a winner.
That is mad, you know. He doesn't start in the 18. He doesn't get in the 18 squad. He doesn't get in the whole squad, even the bench for Manchester United if we're playing Tottenham. But yeah, he's gone to West Ham with worse players around him. Started and scored the winner. Banging goal as well.
Banging goal.
Mad part. That's
and this is one thing as well. I've always said about Lingard. You look at Lingard, how he's historically played for us, yeah. And this is due to our rigidity in formation. I will always bang on about it. We're the only team who can't seem to surround our striker with players. If you look at how a lot of other teams play, you gravitate towards the striker.
You know what I'm saying? You saying our striker, they act like he got COVID in the isolation. Yeah, man. Isolation. Well, like, he COVID in it.
The Lurgy, the Jacks. You know what I'm saying? What's that thing we used to play Tiggy back in the day? And he's got the Lurgy. You know what I'm saying? You can't go there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we come with our striker. Every other team gravitates.
He's got cuties. Yeah. He's got cuties in it.
Yeah, man's got the cuties and them things there. You know what I'm saying? Every other team gravitates towards the striker and towards the opposition goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at Antonio, at one point, he will always have a Lingard near him, or a Fornals, or a Bowen.
Yeah.
They're near to him. Why is it that when we see Rashford either has to beat Foreman and score, or put in an absolute highlight reel ball of death, yeah, which beats three man's heads as they're going to head it, and is every time it lands in the danger zone between the striker and the goalkeeper, and then the striker just has to tap it in. Why is it that is how most of our goals have to come about? Don't get me wrong, City do it, yeah, because they work on it. They don't just tell Rashford go and do it. They don't just say to De Bruyne, hey, Kevin, right, I need you on Sunday to just whip one in there to Raheem. No, they go, right, Kevin, what I need you to do is whip one in now to Raheem, and then on Sunday we'll do that. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the big difference.
I get exactly.
Our players get told, not showed. Yeah? They get told, not showed. If I want you to do something in the most effective way, guess what? I will show you. That's how I work as a person. I can't sit here and word something to you and expect you to be able to understand fully what I mean and do it fully how I say. No, I will show you. I will show you every step of the way. Man. Exactly. I'll show you every step of the way to ensure that it's done properly. But that's clearly something what's not going on at us. You know what I mean? And this isn't just on Ollie. You can look at there's other players in like I've seen a thing. Mkhitaryan's one of the most creative players in Europe this season. And it's like he did work.
Where is he at? I don't even know where he's at. Where is he?
He's at Roma.
And is he doing well? He's doing well at Roma.
He's doing well at Roma. And he did last season, he did well at Roma. Do you get what I mean? Lukaku. Yeah? Look at Lukaku.
Lukaku's flying still. Yeah. I was gonna say that. Everybody who's left there attacking plays, Lukaku's left flying. Lindegaard's left, he's now flying. You're telling me Mickey's left now, he's flying. So it's like everyone who's left this regime as an attacking player all of a sudden is flying. But
that's not what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to say. We really now have to start. We have to start analyzing things properly, because even someone like Lukaku doesn't get a lot of credit, but his goals dried up at us, he leaves us. His goals have gone better than ever. So that's the piss take. It's not even gone back to what it was. It's gone better than what it was before we got him. So the reason for what we bought him is because he scored probably 25 goals. The guy's on 25 goals now. We're in February. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's mad. Yep.
So there's something. It's all to do with systems. Because even if you look at the manager, look at the manager what Lingard's gone to. Man were telling me that's the worst United manager in history. I don't know. Is this the worst? Is this
You know
one
what?
we
That's a
got?
whole other debate for another day because I don't rate either of them, so it's another debate. Yeah, it's definitely a debate. I'd say that. Yo, we got over 30 people watching across all platforms. Get them likes up, people, mods. Please let us know how many likes we are. Make sure you share it and subscribe to the channel, people. Subscribe to the channel. Ollie said, someone said about the thumbnail being stretched. That's because I had to do it on my phone and that. My laptop's down, man. I'm gonna get that sorted. But hey, man, it's a work in progress, people. You're not never happy, man. Like women, Jesus Christ. But big up everyone
Jeez,
supporting anyway. Ollie said before the game away to Leipzig that United will go out to win, then played 5 at the back and 2 DMC. This is why I didn't even know that, Ryan. Thank you for making me aware of that. And this is
This
why
is
I
what
don't
I'm
pay
trying to
attention.
say.
I don't pay attention
Bro.
to his what's it called? I don't pay attention to his interviews pre-match, post-match. Pay him no mind whatsoever. Pay him no mind.
Do you know what it is,
whatsoever.
bro? You know what it is with me? It's like a thing from work, bro. I'm used to people just trying to gas me and tell me all sorts of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? In order to get what they want. So when I hear someone speak now, could it be anyone on this earth, bro? Could be my son, could be anyone. I'm just analyzing what you're saying, like, but that ain't what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that is exactly it with Ollie. Every time I hear it, oh, you know, the United way and this and that. And then, yeah, you go 2 DMs. It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
2
what?
DMs.
I'd rather you play 4-4-2. If you really want 2 men in the middle, just play 4-4-2 then. Play 4-4-2.
You know what?
If you really want 2 men.
With Bruno's average position, the way it be like level with the 9 or above the 9, we kind of do play 4-4-2. Not properly. It's supposed to be a 4-2-3-1. But if you look at Bruno's, and this is not me criticizing Bruno, this is a fact. Shout out to Statman Baines. Look, he does the average touch. He does the average position maps. Bruno is always 9 times out of 10 either level with our number 9 or on top of our number 9, and that's or ahead of the number 9, and that's whether it's Martial, whether it's Cavani, whether it's whoever's playing as our centre forward. And Yancey he says here now we thrive better with competition. It's when they ruled us out that we stepped up. Now what I'm saying is I'm not saying that you don't thrive under competition. What I'm saying is everybody would prefer no competition. If you give Pep or Klopp or any manager, all right, you can be 10 points clear at this point, or you can be 1 point clear. Everyone's taking 10. Because it allows you to make mistakes. You play more freely. City know they can lose their next 2 games and still be clear. There's a safety net there. There's room for error. That's what I'm saying when it's that. So I'm not saying that because City have done well this season, so that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they wouldn't thrive under pressure. I'm saying it's easier to be at a high level when you're not under pressure. Like, for instance, I don't think City get 99 points if you don't have Liverpool chasing you the way you do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't think City do that season, because not in a normal season you don't need to get 99 points. Them games Manchester City won because they won it by 1 point. They had to win. That will never get replicated again, I don't think, unless there's a season like that. Because what? City finished on 99 points and Liverpool was at 98 or 97.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's unheard of, isn't it? That's just unheard
that don't
of.
happen. Bro. Yeah, because we've seen Manchester United win many league titles. When you've won it with 4 or 5 games to go, you take your foot off the gas. If you're playing FIFA and you've wrapped up your league, you take your foot off the gas. Yeah, go on, fam.
That was the old model. Like whether it was United, whether it was Wenger's Arsenal, when Mourinho first came in with Chelsea, that was the old model of when you won the league. You won the league. You didn't have a race all the way down to the wire. It was very rare
to the last game. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's very rare. Nowadays, it seems that is the way. For some reason, that's crept into the game. But yeah, like I was saying, normally that used to get wrapped up. That's when you'd see your youth players. Do you know what I mean? You'd see your young players or your prospects or whoever's been, I don't know, has banged in however many goals for the reserves that year. They probably get a run out. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's where the football's changed. But in terms of how we approached it, and this is one thing what's annoyed me so much about him, about Ollie. Klopp's never been a player in a title race over here. Mourinho's not. Ancelotti's not. They've got that from experience of managing. But he actually had an upper hand of experience on them, and he's not utilised it. When you really deep the fact that he's been in probably since the Premier League's running, he's probably been in 15 title races at least. And you've not been able to pass any of that on to those players. It's quite mad. Like, that's a crime. That's a crime. How can you have that experience of 15 title races and you can't even tell man how to conduct themselves in one. Do you get what I'm saying? For longer than, so that's 15 years.
Big up Danny as well. Big up Danny.
Shout out Dan. You can't tell man how to conduct themselves for a month or so. Because that's how long man was screaming 21. It's like a moon, bro. It's like a hot moon, a hot month. Yeah. And this guy didn't know how to get the players to conduct themselves when this is something he's been a part of for many a year. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's one thing I don't understand about him. He actually does have a lot of things in his arsenal that he doesn't use. We've seen these amazing displays. We've seen them time and time again when he really needs them. We've seen them, and you see them, and then you're almost like, geez, was that a tactic? You know what I'm saying? You see something happen on the pitch, and you're like, was that a tactic that Ollie just did? And you get
and let me just get to this. Rowan says, how long he got? I don't know if you're talking to us or you're talking to someone in the comments, but B and JV have both said he needs to be dropped. So I'm lost. If you are saying that to us, if you're not, then I stand corrected. But I swear me and JV said he needs to be dropped for at least 2 games. But, you know, it is what it is. Let us know, Rowan, because I could be wrong. Marshall said, what's good, Flawless? You're doing a Chelsea versus Atletico watch along. I'm not. But obviously, Lewis will be doing one on Blues Fans TV. So you might catch me on there. I don't know because I need to get my laptop sorted. So I'm going to try and get on there. But make sure you head over to Blues Fans TV for that watch along. Let's get to some more comments. Say that again, fam.
Oh no, I was just thinking because someone said that. I was thinking it was late like that.
No. It's only approaching 6:15. I'm just there going through the comments. Big up everyone who's locked in. We're on 31 likes, Zane. Yo, get that up to 40, please. Get up to 40. Big up Jeremiah who says big up everyone. Nancy made an interesting comment. She said you got 100 points. Yeah, I hear that. I seen a Chelsea side get 95 points. So obviously there's exceptions to every rule. But I don't think that City team, I don't think they get 99 points without that 97 in it. I think pressure helps you get there. Yeah, that 100-point team, like I said, I've seen Chelsea get 95. I'm sure one of the Manchester United teams has got higher in the 90s as well, or lower in the 90s, should I say, or higher in the 80s. I can't remember. But my point is that everybody prefers to play without pressure in terms of when you're in the league. Of course, you get me. Like, everyone would prefer to be 10 points or 15 points clear rather than a point or 2 points clear. That's my whole point.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. So that's my point on that. There we go. You lot talking about Bruno, Ryan slewing, you know. Might as well not use that word that time. Salah. I said slewing, you know.
Let me go. You can't get a hat and an Averex for that one, fam. Jeez.
I don't know why. Oh my God. I don't know. My God. I don't know. So yes, people, like I was saying, there's exceptions to every rule. I'm just saying, if you give Pep the choice right now, would he prefer to be 10 points clear or 1 point clear? It's easy to play when you have a safety net. That's not me taking away from Manchester City. That's insert team here. That's all I'm saying. Like Liverpool last year, because they were clear. That's what you want. You want the league wrapped up by December. You want to be double figures ahead of your rivals or whoever's in second. That's all I'm saying. But yes,
I put it to you like this, people. You see when City did the Aguero to us, if you gave Fergie the option, at that time, would he want to be 10 points ahead or 1 point ahead? What do you think he's picking? Do you get what I'm saying? Let's not try a thing with what man is saying. It's clear what man is saying. That gap is insurance, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
Insurance. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know that you've at least got that to fall back on. When you have the added pressure of, here's the thing, when you have the added pressure of being on top, being hunted, but also know that you can be got at. Because you could be, say for instance now, United win their next 5 games. If City win their next 5, that does not matter at all. Do you get what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. So United is still hunting, but we know you can't catch me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You might be trying to hunt me, but you're not of that type. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you're trying to hunt, you're going at this speed. I'm going faster. So even though you're going fast to you, I'm going faster. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say is all managers, I don't care what you say, all managers would want that insurance. Check this one out. if Liverpool were so far ahead last season, I said this, they don't win that league because what we're seeing now began last season. People need to remember it began last season. It's just the fact that they got it over the line. You know what I mean? They got that over the line. That Watford game was a big eye opener to how they play, and that exposed them a lot. Like, you have to really deep it. They lost 3-0 to Watford. 3-0 is cut and dry. If I beat you 3-0 on a games console, we call that 3-0 lock off. That's okay. What? That could be 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, you're off. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm trying to say. 3-0 is a wrap. There's no, I don't want to hear nothing about if my team loses 3-0, I know it's a wrap. That especially
it's done.
That's a very bad point.
I said especially the nil.
Especially if it's a 1, I can be like, you know what?
I said especially the nil.
When it's nil, it's like, yeah, you got no ground to stand on. So like when Liverpool started losing these games last season, if City were 9 points behind, or you know what I mean, or this amount of points, or 5 points behind when they lose to Watford, that's a totally different end of season. But because they lost that and they were still like probably 10, 12, whatever.
And that's my whole that's my whole point when I say this.
It's stupid, wasn't it? It was like 20 or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous. Yeah, it was a lot. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. Yeah, like yes, there's exceptions to it. There's teams who have got 100 points. Chelsea, I think both Mourinho's Chelsea side got 90s. Sure, United's got 90s. Maybe Arsenal side got 80s or 90s, etc., etc. That being said, it's easier to play when you don't have pressure. You know what I'm saying? You can play with the handbrake on. That's what I'm saying. Like, what did he say? What is it? Pressure creates diamond. What is it? Pressure creates diamonds or something like that. I know I've just butchered it.
I'll do the English one. I'll do the yard one.
Yeah. Go on.
Pressure creates diamonds. Yeah. And the yard man say pressure bust pipe. You get what I'm saying? Pressure bust pipe. You get what I'm saying? Them metal pipes, pressure can bust your pipe. It's true. Pressure can burn pipes in your yard, fam. You know what I'm saying? If you're working and all them things. So, or it can have it goes both ways, or it can create a diamond. Do you get what I'm saying? At the moment, the certain teams are under pressure and it's busting pipes for them. But at the moment, it seems as if the pressure what Pep was on earlier is created a diamond season for him. The pressure what Klopp was under to then go again has bust his thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's how pressure works in both ways, people. Do you get what I'm saying?
Facts. Oh yeah, big up Danny as well. Yeah, go on.
I'll say one thing to you, Martial people, yeah? Or you Martial haters. Martial gets in the Liverpool team now. Maybe not on the finger, but he definitely gets on the bench. Do you get what I'm saying? What these people need to understand is, weren't they trying to buy Depay like last year? Or you know what I'm saying? So man will tell you it's Maka when he's at your gaff. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to his gaff, it's the freshest thing. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever get it twisted. If Martial leaves United, a lot of people will like him. Do you get what I'm saying? Because he's not a United player.
He would fly in that. Like I said, I've said this openly about Martial. He has everything as a striker. So there isn't an attribute he lacks. He's just had a poor season and been in poor form. But that happens, you know what I'm saying? Form is temporary, class is permanent. And when you're averaging 4 touches in a box per game, what are you supposed to do? The average is 4 touches in the box per game.
You're supposed to just slap it in the top bins. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do. You're not even supposed to touch the ball. When that ball comes to you, your first touch should be an Henry whip, top corner, game done. And that's just the unrealistic nature of what we're in at the moment.
Yeah, and I think some people legit just want to disagree with us. But yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
And I've said this for the longest. I think this football generation have been ruined. I think this younger football generation under about the age of 20 or so, their ideals of football and what they imagine has been ruined. And it's mad because they've been ruined by Ronaldo and Messi being so unrealistically good. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then what people mistake with Ronaldo and Messi, not only did they get goals and assists, their productivity matched it. Their teams won everything. And that's my issue. And that's my biggest issue and their teams played well around them as well. We look at Messi with MSN, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. Suarez and Neymar were also firing. Barcelona were also firing. They won Champions Leagues, they won La Ligas, they won Copa del Rey's. BBC, Benzema, Bale, Cristiano. Benzema and Bale firing. You know what I'm saying? They won 4 Champions Leagues in 5 years or something crazy. Won the league, won Copa del Rey. So not only were Messi and Ronaldo getting goals and assists individually, the team around them individually were doing well. They were doing well as a team and winning everything. That's the whole point. You get what I'm saying? That's my whole point is productivity for an individual is all well and good, but what did your team win? And this is why I'm critical of Bruno, because Dan keeps asking this because he's a joker. I was just going to ask, oh, would you take Bruno over Ndombele? Here's the thing. Bruno's impact on Manchester United cannot be doubted. So, and when I said that, man was hot because I think we just been beat by Sheffield United at that point, whatever match reaction that was. So would I swap him right now? No. But if I'm setting up my own team and I can pick from an 11, I'm not taking Bruno simply because of the football I want to play. That's my preference. That's not me saying Bruno's not good. That's not me saying Bruno's a bad player. I'm all for productivity. I'm all for goals and assists and individual productivity. But what did your team win? People are saying Bruno this, Bruno that. What have we won? People say Ollie's record. Ollie's only lost 4 games. I think Ollie in the top European leagues has lost less games than every other manager in the last calendar year or the last 12 months. All well and good. What have we won? That's my point.
And exactly, here's the thing though. Here's the thing, what people, this is what I'm saying, they're so stuck on stats, and you know what it is? Yes. A lot of people now, instead of reading the game, as in watching the game and understanding it, they're reading the game, as in text format. This man did 5 crosses, and he lost the ball. It's like I've never...
Solely stats. Yeah.
I've never watched a match. I've never, like, honestly, I seen one guy the other day, and you know what he was doing? A man was writing down how many times Paul Pogba lost the ball. And I was like, you know, that's not enjoyable. Like, why are you wasting your time? You're wasting your time to be negative. Do you get what I'm saying? You're using your time solely just to be negative. There's actually a game of football on there. Because I don't care about Liverpool. Like, I'm not going to watch Liverpool to see how many times Thiago lost the ball or to see how many times Trent lost possession. I'm not going to do that and you then use that as a tool to judge him. No. If I do that alongside having my football knowledge, that's fine. But there's some people who purely don't have a love of football or football knowledge and will use stats as their way into football. Do you get what I'm saying?
Here's the thing with stats as well. Every single stat needs context. And this is me who speaks. Statman Baines is my guy. And this is why I ask him a lot of questions on this, whether we're on air or off air, to get context to stats. So some of the stats I don't understand what's mean. Like, for instance, created a chance. Yo, JV's not a guest. He's the regular host people in it. I don't know if you're talking to me or Laim, but me and JV, well, you're new here, so we forgive you in it. That's all it is. He's new here, but that means we're getting new people in it. But me and JV are the regular host.
Man's a bit hurt to that one, bro. Man's a bit hurt to that one.
I didn't want to bring you up, but just to let me and JV, yeah, ManDem United is us. Anyone you see with us on this show, they're the guests in it. You know what I'm saying? But he might be talking about me though. Who knows in it? But that's the first time I've seen his name. But it means we're getting new people. That's good. Because it means we're getting new people and getting a new following. But yeah, well, what was I saying? Like, for instance, a chance created from is just I pass you the ball and you have a shot. That's classed as a chance created. You know
this is what I'm saying.
If I pass you the ball on the halfway line and you take a shot, that means I've created a chance. That's not a chance. You know what I'm saying? That is not a chance whatsoever. Not a chance, but that will go down as it. And corners, and this is why Luke Shaw's so high, because he's been taking corners and free kicks. So that's classed as a chance created. Whether you get your head on it or not. That's just, and Luke Shaw's been good, but I'm just using him as an example. I just that's why Luke Shaw's so high. Yeah. See, because he takes corners. Yeah.
Here's the thing. So that's why Trent and Robertson's things were so inflated over the past years, isn't it? So they've not been creating all them crossing and Sharla's are going down as chances created.
Yeah, I think I'll have to ask that man. I think as long as your teammate has a shot from it or a header or whatever, then it's classed as. I'm going to ask him to double check on that with the free.
So I could so you could cross it into me now, bro, and I do an absolute 50p head now, and it goes in the stand and knocks Bill's Bovril out his hand, and that's a chance created. That's going down as a stat thing. Nah.
Yeah, fam, it is. It's facts. I cross the ball into you 50p header over the bar, like you
What's
said,
it?
goes in row Z. You get me? Knocks Bill's bottle out of his hand and that. And yeah, that's classed as I'm getting a chance created on that. You know what I'm saying? I wish
Nah,
I was
see,
playing
you know
though with
what?
all these stats. That's what I've heard. I mean,
This is, you know
that's
what?
what it is. Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Imagine the old school players with these stats.
Oh yeah, it's a
I
mad.
want to hear it.
Yeah.
This is why man are trying to. So what will man do is man will, because a lot of people don't know this. The stats changed. I think it's early 2000. The stats changed how
Yes.
they were recorded and things like that.
It's
So old
assist. So
school.
the old school one was if they took 3 touches, then it's not classed as an assist. Whereas now I can give you the ball on the halfway line, you go past 3 man and stick it bottom bins, I still get the assist for that. Like Bruno's goal against Everton, for instance, Wan-Bissaka got the assist for that.
So here's the thing. Do you know how many assists someone like
A Beckham would have.
a Beckham would have, a Xavi would have?
Yeah.
Xavi would have. Xavi started. Look, remember them Barcelona? He started everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I even remember there was like a gigs one, and I was watching something, and someone was like, "That wouldn't be an assist nowadays," and I'm like,
Yeah, wouldn't.
like why?
Like you see Vieira's pass for Giggs in the semi-final when he ripped all them man.
Yeah.
That'd be an assist now from Vieira, you get what I'm saying? Whereas if he was playing for us, but back then it's not, you know what I'm saying? That's why to remind Arsenal fans about that. You gotta get your Arsenal shots in it.
See,
It's
that's
been an hour
mad.
and 20 minutes.
Nah, we don't even do Arsenal shots no more, man. It's live, man. We let them look at the table. They want to shoot themselves. You know what I'm saying? We don't do shots of that. Just let them. Just they'll deal with themselves.
And just for everyone debating in the comments, Martial 100% this season starts with Manchester City. I don't understand this debate. He's better than Gabby. He starts for Manchester City this season. Does he start over a fully fit Aguero? Absolutely not. I don't think there's any striker in the league that starts over a fully fit Aguero for Manchester City. But definitely, without question, he starts. He's better than Gabby. None of this false 9 business. Gabby is that. I say this all the time. Gabriel is that bad that multiple players who don't play your position are playing ahead of you. Listen to what I just said there. Multiple players who don't play your position are playing ahead of you. Whether it's Sterling, whether it's Foden, whether it's De Bruyne, whether it's Gundogan, all play. You got 4 man, not 1.
5, bro. Even earlier in the season before that, Ferran Torres got injured. He was done.
Yo, Ferran Torres was playing. He was playing up top so much. I thought he was a striker.
Yo, this is what I'm saying. I knew he was a winger, but then when I seen him play up front so much for City, I'm like, I must have missed it. Yeah, he must have been playing like striker in that last season. But then I realized it was Pep, and I was like, you know what? This guy would have company up forward if you think he could. You know what I'm saying? So
see that, man. Gabby holding up bench, man. I told you, man. Gabby doing up Forrest Gump. That's what I'm gonna call him, man. I'll change his name to Forrest Gump.
I've just seen a good. Oh my.
Yeah, go on.
You know what? I seen a good comment from Zayn, and then he did an absolutely terrible one. Let's just look at this terrible one he just put there. Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
He doing a Zayn. He doing a Zayn.
But then he did this good one here, and I want to bring this up because I honestly think this topic right here could define the Premier League for the next, I say, 3 years.
Okay, go on.
To get rid of Aguero, because I'm hearing Aguero will be going at the end of the season. But for me, if he goes, yeah, and if you factor in the fact they've not really spent that. They've not spent a lot for City this year, have they? They've not spent a lot for what City can spend. They've not spent a lot. It might be because of they've got something in the bag. I'm very worried because for me, there's only 2 players they're going to go for now, and I think that will either be Mbappe or Haaland. And for some reason, I can just see Haaland. I can see.
If they get Mbappe, I'm not watching Premier League no more, innit?
Nah, even Haaland.
But if they get Mbappe, I'm not with it.
Do you know why? Because De Bruyne. See, we're saying now it's De Bruyne to Sterling, bro. If that ever becomes De Bruyne to Haaland, with how robotic that brother is, it's a wrap, fam. It's a wrap. Do you get what I'm saying? Like literally, I honestly think this will be a big point because as much as it's looking like he's going to win it this year.
I need to get to this, yo. Yo, oh Jesus. You know what's mad, yeah? I was speaking to her yesterday and I told her this. I was like, put that on a complete side note, yeah. Put that on a hoodie in it. She is missing out. How Mel hasn't got them man merch, I don't know in it. I would fully rock that hoodie, the t-shirt, the snapback, the beanie, the whole nine in it. She's missing out because that's one of them in it. That will live with her forever. That's one of them viral moments that will always be remembered. You get what I'm saying? It's one of them. That's one of them infamous speeches. That's Kevin Keegan. I love it if we beat them. That's Rafa's
Yeah.
It's them
That's
ones
what
in it.
I said,
It's
bro.
them
I said if there's a
iconic
Premier
moment.
League years of YouTube football YouTubers, she's the face of it for this season. You know what I'm saying?
She is the face.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, yo! Oh, it gives me so much joke in it. It's so funny. You know what it was? It's the dem man that caught me up with it and the confidence in which she said it with as well. Woo! So yeah, if you don't know, she said it with all chest, fam. The way Ryan said it, Marshall is just having a bad season. Plus, he's under a manager that even Brighton full of the dem man watching. He's got a point though. Still, he's got a point. If Ollie gets sacked, he don't get the Brighton Fulham or the Brighton or Fulham. Sorry, that's not me for six. The Brighton or Fulham job, in it. Sorry, that's mad funny. Oh, I love this, in it. Like you said, JV, that's a great point. If there was a YouTube, Premier League years, that's on there. That's on there, isn't it? That's the
Probably
opening
the first
thing,
thing
innit?
you see. It's probably it's the first thing. This year brought along many great moments. Here's the first one. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's how it would go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but back to what Ryan's saying there. Sorry to cut you off, because that just lead me. He's right on. Martial is having a bad season. You get me? Jesus has never had. What's his best season? His best goal return like 14 goals or something in a Pep team. But is what it is. Still love you, Yan City, innit? You're still my darling. But yeah, go on, fam. Say what you were saying. My bad.
No, I was literally. You know what my memory's like, bro. I can't remember.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to cut you off for that because it just lead me in it. It lead me in it.
Yeah. No, that's what it was. It was on the Haaland and thingy thing, yeah. I think that's going to be a big problem because you know what? I could even see him going to get 2. I think if he doesn't get an Mbappe or a Haaland, I think he probably gets
2 strikers.
Yeah, I think he really goes for it, and someone young because they've been linked to another Brazilian centre forward. So for me, I think he's had it with Jesus. I think he probably wants rid. They've been linked with the next. You know how Brazil every few years they just constantly produce the next so and so in it. They've got another wonder kid centre forward. Actually, I think they've bought one as well. You know, they've bought one the other day, City. It's gone under the radar a bit. They bought supposedly the next Brazilian 17-year-old wonder kid, and they've got another one they're looking at. So this is what I'm trying to say with them now. And I think as well, even though Foden's been excellent this season, I think he'll get someone else in there, as a David Silva replacement. Because I think what he's probably thought what would happen with Foden, he'd probably be more of a midfielder. But for me, Foden looks more like an attacker in City's team. Do you get what I mean? He's more attacking mid than centre mid. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
At one point, I thought he might have been a centre mid, but no, he's definitely an attacking mid. So I think I think he goes again and beefs up that midfield again. And when you look at the defense, you say the defense is pretty much set. You know what I mean?
And you can add to it as well. You can see. Imagine they then go and get an actual left back.
This is what I mean, man.
They go get a left back.
Jan's right there. She just said it there. No, it's just gone. She said if we do, it's game over for you lot. It is. Honestly.
Oh yeah, facts. And you know what it is? Yan City is the most passive Manchester City fan. So if she's saying it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like that stick a fork in us and take us off the grill. We're done in it. Yeah. That's why I don't think they'll get. If they get Mbappe, it's a wrap. I just want to get to this comment here because somebody said to you lot. Michael says Flawless does not rate Haaland, and somebody else said Flawless. Why do you keep down in Haaland? He is the world's best if he isn't already. But to the first point, Mike is saying I don't not rate Haaland because I've not seen enough of him. What I keep saying about this guy is 2 things. 1, I'm reserving judgment simply because I've not seen enough of him. And 2, I can't crown him a world's best when he's not even done a full season at Dortmund. I can't do it. You played half a season at Dortmund. You've only went there in January last year. You was at Salzburg before that. I can't crown you the world's best. People are already saying these 2 are the next two to take over the crowns from Ronaldo and Messi. And people aren't saying they're as good. People are saying that's a conversation. Ronaldo and Messi, we've spoken of, done incredible things, solidified. Mbappe's already done incredible things, solidified, whether it's individual and winning his team things. What has Haaland done yet? That's all I'm asking.
Well, you know what I think it is with Haaland? Where I think it's a good conversation to have, because I definitely think he's got the potential to be a world beater. Messi and Ronaldo level, no. I think Mbappe can be. I think Mbappe definitely can be Messi and Ronaldo level, 100%. I think Haaland will be like a Neymar level, if you understand. And that's not me even disrespecting Neymar or Haaland. I think Haaland will be the level under, and I think that's simply down to his position. I think the one thing with Mbappe is, you know, you can play him off the left, off the right, behind the striker, centre forward. He can be explosive in a front line. And I think people don't understand, that is actually what has made Messi and Ronaldo so good, is that they revolutionized how teams attacked. If you look now, you will never, I'm telling you right now, this Liverpool team doesn't exist without Messi or Ronaldo. Yeah?
Go on, elaborate on that. Go on.
I say that because you've got a team who has a 9.
I just seen your message as well, fam. I just seen your message as well, by the way. Yeah.
Who has a 9 who has no intention of scoring. Yeah. This is modelled on the BBC. Their front three is modelled on BBC. It's modelled on Bale, Benzema's your Firmino, and I think Mane's your Ronaldo. And I think that's what they've modelled it on, because it's the wide players who are actually the main goal threats. And I don't think that idea comes about without having these players. Before that, if I said to you 20 years ago, a winger scores 30 goals, you'd absolutely
yeah. But you said it earlier on in the show, wingers are now more so goal scorers than their creators and their assistants. You hear me?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, then there's the perfect thing why I always say you cannot compare a Beckham and I hate when I see a Giggs compared to I've seen someone like even Carragher, they're trying to compare like Mane to Giggs. I'm like, it's not totally different. Do you get what I mean? It's actually you're comparing someone who played in a 4-4-2 era on the touchline all the time to someone who plays in a front three. I cannot tell you that Giggs played in a front three for more than 10 games in a season for United. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it happened. Yeah. If it did, enlighten me. But I certainly do not think it happened. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him play off the striker in a 4-4-2 or just withdrawn. Yeah, I've seen him do that. But he's never played. All right, then. When have you seen Beckham on the right, Giggs on the left, and Andy Cole up front in the front three? That didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Yeah.
It's not how it was played. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the same way how you wouldn't really see, you probably wouldn't see Mane on the left in a 4-4-2 and Salah on the right in a 4-4-2. It just wouldn't work, would it? Do you know what I mean? If anything, if you was playing two up top, you'd probably put them two up top. And that is what it became. It became the wingers, in the inverted wingers cutting in. I give a lot of this to Arjen Robben as well. The inverted wingers cutting in, and the first thing that they're doing is a ball threat. Yeah, it's you're not really looking for an assist. Do you get what I mean? If anything, the centre forward's making you that space so you can make that run. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's where I think that football changed and evolved on the back of those two. And that is why I say a lot of the younger generation don't really know football, because now they're expecting players to, if you play in a certain, you have to score these goals. No, you don't.
No. It's all about systems and style.
Yeah, if Salah turned around tomorrow and he started getting an output of 15 goals and 10 assists, man will say he's done, but that's actually very good numbers. Do you know what I'm saying? If you look at where he's playing on the football pitch, that's very good numbers. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just that football has now been distorted. Man are expected to, like, all right then, how many years did we see that man didn't get 30 goals in the Premier League? Bare years. I remember one season, I'm sure Anelka was the top goal scorer one year with 19 or 20 goals.
Yeah,
19 or 20 goals.
People look at him and be like, Anelka's dead, but it's like, nah, he wasn't. And what he did for the team as well. I keep saying this, but again, that's a preference thing. Some people like just individual output. This is why people like Bruno and Rashford will praise them to high hills. I'm fans of both of them. But how does your team play? You know what I'm saying? Can you help him? Because to me, it's a team game as well. Don't get me wrong, Rashford's cold. I still think Rashford can get better. I think Bruno can be better also. That's what it is. I just want to get to this. Go. Now, I was going to say, Zayn said, at least we can all agree on the future battle is Haaland versus Mbappe. I can't put Haaland in that conversation yet. And I'm just saying, that's just me. That's just me, because Jan City also said Haaland stats are unreal, and he justifies the hype on the eye test too. I've not seen enough of him yet. I'm just saying, personally, from my standpoint, I'm not saying you lot are wrong. I'm just saying, of half a season at Dortmund and playing at Salzburg, I can't put you in that conversation yet that people are putting you in. I'm not saying that you lot are wrong to do that. I'm just saying I can't, because I personally not seen enough of Haaland. This is why in the Champions League, Dortmund are 3-2 up against Sevilla. I'm going to watch them closely. And let's see, because when I've seen him in parts, he doesn't look the technically greatest baller. And that means a lot to me. He's a finisher. I know that much. I know he can finish. I'm not disputing that. Top marksman in front of goal in terms of his finishing. But I don't know about the rest of it. So we gonna see in it. I've seen players like this come and go many times. This guy's the next guy. He's the next guy. And then man fall off. I'm saying these wonder kids
don't even know what they do for a job now. That's how deep it is with some of them. These men are not even in football now. Do you know what I'm saying?
These men are the next guys. You get what I'm saying? There's so many. Remember Ricardo Quaresma played just a play at the top of the dome.
Bro, all right then. I was saying this to someone not long ago.
Yeah,
Quaresma had more of a hype than Ronaldo.
Who? Say that again.
Quaresma had more of a hype than Ronaldo.
He did, yeah.
No one was interested in Ronaldo until he started. Like Quaresma, if you actually deep it, in terms of talent, Quaresma is probably as talented as Ronaldo.
That's the mad thing is people are quick to try and crown this the Mbappe Haaland. Nobody was saying Ronaldo Messi when Ronaldo had signed for Manchester United. Exactly. People forget it was Ronaldo, Kaká, and Messi for a long period of time. Kaká was the last one, and then Ronaldo and Messi then elevated to a next level, and it became those two. So this can change in a heartbeat. Another player could pop up. Another youngster could pop up. Like, I know we live in a very reaction. I'm not saying you lot are wrong for it. I just know we live in a very reactionary world, and people are quick to crown people rapid. You've not even had a full season at Dortmund. I can't crown you the king.
Bro, I said this before about Vinicius, I think. I seen someone said, is this guy the new Vinicius? I was like, Vinicius ain't Vinicius in yet. Do you know what I'm saying? I seen someone do it with him. Seen someone do it with Haaland the other day. Must be like it was like some Norwegian kid and he was Scott. Yeah. I'm like, the Haaland. I'm like, Haaland is a baby, bro, in football.
Yeah, Haaland's still Haalanding. I think he's 20 years old.
Do you know what I'm saying? And he's just licked 20 from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not even one of these men who have been about for time and you're like, oh, wait, how old are you? You know what I'm saying? Not like that Donnarumma and you're like, how old is this guy, bro? Is he still 16? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, facts. And I was the same with Mbappe as well. When people were hyping up Mbappe, I'm like, okay, let me see. And then as soon as I seen Mbappe's influence in big games, even in the Monaco side, I'm like, all right. And he continued to influence big games, went to the World Cup, the main man for his team, won a World Cup, influencing big games for PSG. To me, I look at him like, yo, that's your team. That's not Neymar's team. To me, you outshine him. I look at that like that's Neymar's team. I mean, that's Mbappe's team, sorry.
Here's the thing. If you kind of look at Haaland, he's kind of got that at Dortmund with Sancho at the moment as well. So here's the thing, because I think he's like you've got that Neymar and Mbappe. It's kind of like Sancho and Haaland. Do you know what I mean? So he's got his sidekick type of thing. Do you know what I mean? But I think someone like Sancho could get involved in the argument in a few years. You see how you're saying with Kaká, and there's a lot of players like at the moment.
There's so many. There's so much talent already around, and then people can pop up from nowhere. To just say it's these two is the next Ronaldo and Messi to me is wild. Is wild to say that. Oh, this is the next two. You never know who's going to pop. No one was talking about Mbappe before Monaco. He just burst on the scene. There was no talk of him. There was no talk of Haaland.
It's the same with Ronaldo. It's the same with Ronaldo. I only ever heard of, you know what? I heard of Messi when he was young, and I know I only ever heard of it because I watched there was like a Barcelona documentary at the time or something. Okay. Yeah, and I just remember it was like it was little kids, like the youth team or whatever it was, B team or whatever it was, I can't remember. And literally, he scored like 2 goals, and they were like, "Oh my god!" And it was, you know, like them goals. He does the dribbles halfway line. He literally did 2 of them. And I was like, rah, sick. And then I thought, but you know what the thing is? I didn't think, oh, this is the next guy. I thought, rah, sick. And then I thought, oh, yeah, it's Barcelona. Probably got like 10 of them. and I didn't even
typical.
know it. Do you know what I mean? But it's like it's not even like them, man. See, like there's a lot of players from the past what people don't know, like won the World Cup as kids. You know, the Kids World Cup and this. Ronaldo or Messi didn't even do any of that. You get what I'm saying?
And that's my whole point. Like talking about it, for instance, like look, let's use Ronaldinho for instance. When he was at PSG, a talent, but no one was like, "No, this guy is going to be the best."
No.
And then he went to Barcelona. Then there was a big hype for him. I think after it was directly after the World Cup, he went to Barcelona and United and everything. But then the hype train started. But before that World Cup, PSG hadn't done anything in Europe. No one was talking about Ronaldinho as that guy. But he became. This is what I'm saying. People can burst onto the scene in 2 or 3 months and then disappear or do a Ronaldinho. That's my point. I'm not saying people are wrong about Haaland. I'm just saying I personally can't crown him. I can't put him in that space with Mbappe and say it's between those two just yet. That's all.
Do you know what it is with
I'm
me?
waiting to see more. Go on, fam.
You know why I can't with Haaland? It just reminds me of Pato. Do you remember Pato, bro?
I remember. Like, Pato was the guy.
You remember Pato? Like, you know what? I even give it Pato because as much as he faded away, Pato actually did it for like 2 solid seasons. He was the guy. You know what I'm saying? He was the Brazilian Ronaldo replacement. He was. You know what I'm saying? He was there for AC Milan. You know what I'm saying? He was there for Brazil. He was the guy, bro. Look at him now. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just Cassano. Do you remember Cassano back in the day?
Oh, because Antonio Cassano, who was at Roma.
Yes.
That Cassano was my son.
Yes. And then he got the big move to Madrid, didn't he? You know what I'm saying? Cassano's another one of them. So you can't even with these. All right,
quick. People just want a king. People just want a king like quick. People want the next guy already in it, and it's like it doesn't just happen like that. Sometimes there's a void. Sometimes there isn't. People are always quick to was Ronaldo and Messi again older. What Messi's 34, 35, Ronaldo's 36. People want the next two of them. What you gotta understand is they're freaks.
Yes.
They're freaks.
You're not gonna get that. They're literally, you know what they are? Their ceiling and what they've done is higher than anyone since literally since Pele and Maradona. Look how long ago that is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, as much as we've had great since then, the only player I would honestly say who's come anywhere near a Pele and Maradona for me was Brazilian Ronaldo. But because of his injuries in this season and he weren't able to do it, he you know what I mean? He probably doesn't get there into that conversation properly, but he gets his recognition because man know he was serious. Do you get what I'm saying? But in terms of everyone, even your Zidane's and that, you can't. Man loves Zidane, but you can't put Zidane on Fingy's level. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's mad, but yeah, like Glazes Out said, make sure you smash the like button on the video. Before we close out, me and JV obviously will touch on Real Sociedad, which we play at 8. So that means, the ManDem United show will be before that. But yeah, so we'll touch on it more in depth on Thursday's episode of this. You get ManDem United though every Tuesday, every Thursday. Myself and JV, sometimes joined by special guests discussing all things Manchester United. I'll just run through quickly the Real Sociedad game. I think it's a dead rubber. Somebody said in the comments, they made me laugh. He said, Oli will probably play a full-strength team. I want to see wholesale changes. Changes. When I say wholesale, I'm talking an 11 where we're like, who are 3 or 4 of these men?
I'm going to kill it for you already. He said,
go on.
He said them 2 kids ain't even playing. So then there you go.
Why not play Diallo and James and Shaw Tayo and them man and Axel, Henderson, Williams?
For me, from when he said them 2 kids ain't playing, you know he's going to do some idiot business. And you know what's going to happen?
Go on, fam.
Someone will get injured.
Yeah. He'll do what Klopp did with Jota, playing Jota in the Champions League dead rubber. It's mad. Hey, mods, before we go, make sure you let us know how many likes we're on in the comments. If you're new here, make sure if you're anybody who's here, actually smash a like. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Because I see new names pop up, which is good. Salute to the mods doing the jobs, man. Get the likes up, by the way, you unmodded me, Flawless. Nah, that means you're a fake Anderson. No. I didn't unmod anybody. So that means you're a fake Anderson. Man tried it, I didn't unmod Anderson. So, Anis, if that is you, if I'm wrong, it's a fake Anis. I knew it is. I don't unmod it. Why would I unmod Anis? One of the OG mods. You know what I'm saying? That man tried it, Anis, if I'm wrong, DM me, though. But yeah, get the likes up. These man tried the thing,
That ain't
Big
Anis.
up James. It's a good show, man.
The Fred picture, that ain't Anis.
Yeah. Man tried it, How are you gonna try and fake be people we cool with? I'm saying he did say there was a fake him running around as well. He did say that there's a fake him running around, and I'm not unmodded anyone. Salute to all the mods actually, because you lot do fantastic jobs. If you haven't joined already, the Sarcasm City TV membership is available. The link is underneath every show you see on there. It's in the YouTube description. You can see it there. We're back tomorrow, I believe. Watch along. There'll be a Manchester City versus Mönchengladbach watch along, music minded podcast as well, and I'll be on Cool, Calm, and Collected on Aaron's show also. But we're sorting it all out. Like I said, I need to get my laptop fixed, people. So that's why you see the thumbnail stretched, etc. Because I had to do it on my phone quickly. But yo, we keep it moving. Love to everyone who's locked in. This has been a good show. You know what I mean? Like, I've enjoyed this. It's good going back and forth with you lot. Always good talking to JV. You know what I mean? Every time. I love to you lot. Whether you agree or disagree with us, I like how you lot keep it respectful in the comments. Like everyone who's there on a regular basis and the new people as well. You always get them idiots though, innit? Always get them idiots. But salute to the mods doing their job. Yo, JV, anything you want to add before we dip?
Yeah, big Champions League games tonight and that tomorrow as well. Let's all make sure we tune in. And then you've got all the watch-alongs and everything on the channel. Make sure you tune into all of those. Meet us back here Thursday a little bit earlier for the ManDem United.
Yeah, Thursday 4 p.m. will be on earlier because there's an Arsenal watch along going on the channel. So Thursday will be here 4 p.m. Then the Arsenal Benfica watch along. Then immediately after the Manchester United Real Sociedad watch along. And then tomorrow you'll get the Manchester City. If Jan City wants to do it, Mönchengladbach watch along also. But yeah, man, we keep the show moving. I mean, we keep the channel moving. We go live every day, people. Every day we're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to grow. And this has been the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for